For centuries, it has been the king of the oceans, riding the waves and facing the storms, delivering men, beasts, and cargo to distant shores. For ages, its sails have harnessed the power of changing winds, keeping trade and commerce of several civilizations afloat. From the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra to the colonial British Navy that defeated Napoleon, the traditional Indian Uru or dhow has been a vessel of choice for millennia. Once the pride of mercantile and naval fleets across the sea routes, the Uru has now almost sunk into oblivion. And just like the Uru, the craft of building it is being barely kept afloat by the few remaining master craftsmen. On the banks of the Chaliyar River, in the village of Beypore near Kozhikode, lies one of the last Uru shipyards of India. Hanging by the straw, craftsmen here have just about managed to keep the world's largest handicraft from sinking. Giving shape to the massive hulls and rising bows, the Mistri is building the Uru one plank at a time. Driving the nails, chipping and filing away the jackwood, his one steady hands are quivering, unsure if his labor will find any shores.
जो काम कर रहा है, पहले इधर था एक मैस्त्री, नारायण मैस्त्री था, अभी वो मर गया, 3-4 साल हो गया, उनके बाद उसका शिष्य हूँ मैं लेकिन अभी काफ़ी इधर 15 साल इधर अभी काम चालू है, अभी वो मरने के बाद अभी मैस्त्री का नाम अभी मेरे ऊपर आ गया.
Keeping the traditional dhows insulated from being wrecked by water, weather and time, Suresh Surendran is carrying forward his ancestral tradition in earnest. He learned the craft from his father as a boy, and by the age of 18, he was confident enough to pursue the trade in the distant shores of Dubai. After working on dhows for 23 years in Dubai, the 55-year-old returned home to continue the tradition his father left behind.
ऐसा बोले अभी मेरा बाप और बाप के बाप सब ये इसी काम करता था. तो बचपन में मेरा 10 क्लास हम मुश्किल से पढ़ाई किया, उसके बाद दुबई गया, 3 साल इधर ये इसी काम पे लगा रहा बचपन में, और उसके बाद 18 साल में दुबई गया, 23 साल उधर निकल के आया इसी काम में. इसी काम में कम से कम अभी 40 साल का तजुर्बा है मेरा इस काम पे.
Though the traditional dhows have gone out of fashion in India, the boat makers still get an occasional order from the Arabian Gulf, where the dhows are still in use. But the orders are too few and far between. Currently, Suresh and his men are working on a 75-feet dhow commissioned by a Qatari prince. For a team of around 20 craftsmen, it takes more than a year to handcraft a boat of this size. Astonishingly, the entire boat is made without a drawing, a manual or any reference material. Inch by inch, the dhow takes shape entirely from the master craftsman's imagination.
काम शुरू में है ना 5 आदमी 10 आदमी लगा रहता है, और उसके बाद और 2 महीने 3 महीने के बाद इसका टांग मांग हो जाता है, तख्ता मुख्ता तैयार हो जाता है, उसके बाद 20 आदमी को लगाता है. ऐसे 10 महीना कम से कम 1 साल निकलने से एक लांच बनता है. ऐसा थोड़ी है, ये अभी 75 फुट का लांच है, ये बनने में कम से कम 1 साल तो लगेगा. और इसके बाद ये कस्टम क्लियर करके है ना, और पानी में रखने के लिए कम से कम 2 महीने तो वो भी लग जाता है, यानी 1.5 साल में एक लांच उतरेगा.
The craftsman relies solely on the knowledge he acquired from his teacher, which has been developed and passed on orally for hundreds of years. Extensively made of jackwood, around 5,000 cubic feet of planks and beams are used to make a standard Uru, apart from 4 tons of iron. As well as keeping the tradition alive, Suresh says wooden dhows are eco-friendly, longer lasting and easy to maintain. And even when decommissioned, most of the wood and other material used could be reused and recycled.
अभी ज़माना ये है, मुश्किल से ये काम ये लोग लेके जाता है। ये परंपरा काम है, इसलिए वो लोग भी मालिक भी नहीं छोड़ता है, बोलता है उधर से ऑर्डर नहीं मिलता है और तुम लोग इधर काम में चालू है, इसलिए तुम लोग को ये काम देता रहता। हम लोग को अभी आगे चलना तंग है, आगे मुश्किल है, ऐसा करके अभी घड़ी घड़ी बोलता है।
Once the center of India's traditional shipbuilding industry, Beypore now cuts a forlorn figure. It is hard to imagine that the vessels that once shaped the fortunes of many nations were crafted on these dreary banks.
अभी कोई ऑर्डर तो नहीं मिला, अभी वो बोलता है ये चलाओ चलाओ करके ऐसा चलता पड़ा है। अभी इंशाल्लाह मिल जाएगा कोई काम और ऐसी लाइन का। अभी बूम का कोई कोटेशन के बारे में वो बात किया था, कोटेशन दिया हुआ है, पता नहीं कब मिलेगा।
Hoping for the tide to turn in their favor again, the last crop of boatmakers in Beypore continue to hammer and chip away, keeping their ancestral tradition afloat for now. But how long can they stay buoyant? It is a question only time can answer.